Hello, I'm Marsha Farmer from Nottingham, and I go to St Nick's in the city centre. My experience of growing up in Nottingham has been a fairly good one. It's my home, it's where I was born, but with the whole thing around the George Floyd murder and hearing conversations about unconscious bias and microaggressions, reflecting back, I'm able to place some experiences and say, oh, that's what was happening there. And one of those experiences was when I was at college and studying media, and there was only 3 people of colour on the course. And I remember there was a distinctive engaging of the white students and not the black students. I was also told that I wouldn't get into university without a certain amount of distinctions that I didn't get, and that could have been down to the level of my work. Who knows? I did get into university, by the way, but you know, I see that as perhaps where I had experienced racism during my time in education. So I joined the Church of England just before the pandemic, and of course we had within that time the murder of George Floyd that encouraged conversations around racism. And so for me, that's been very interesting to be engaging in all of that in a predominantly white church. I don't have an issue with that, but there are issues right across the board with racism. So my experience so far is, a very interesting one that seems to have purpose, especially with the work that we're doing at St Nick's in the area of racial justice. There's quite a few. I think in 10 years' time, I'd like to see more diversity in areas of leadership and power and decision making. I would like to hope that my daughter would think, if she decides to take up ministry with the Church of England, that it's not something that there's that barrier there of colour. Is that for me? Because she will hopefully see more people that look like her in positions of leadership within the church. I think for a person of colour that has experienced racism, and with everything that happened at the hands of the murder of George Floyd, your heart just cries and yearns for equality in our society. And then we had the whole thing with the Euro football games and how those young lads were treated, and you sort of think, oh, is it ever going to end? I don't think it is, but I think that each and every person that has a heart that beats with love and equality, we can do our bit to see things change. For God's heart to be expressed through all of, his disciples, his followers, that we would continue to be a beacon of light in a very dark world. And I think that will bring about the changes that we want to see.